Hello everybody and welcome to SnackTube. Today I've got a wee item from Aldi. That's right, it is a new thing apparently, and this was in Aldi's freezer section. So this is a Philly cheese meal kit. Yes, see, it says it's new. I'm new, yay, eat me. Yeah, so this was in their freezer section along with all their other kind of microwavable things like burgers and stuff like that. They had another thing in this range, which was a meatball sub. Sounded quite nice. But I decided to go for the Philly cheese. I really do like a Philly cheese steak, so hopefully this will be tasty. Ready, set, cook, Street Eats. That's the brand, I'm assuming. So yeah, got this in Aldi. We were there just doing a bit of shopping. And yeah, they have a lot of stuff in Aldi that it's very similar to Lidl, isn't it? I mean, there's really not a huge difference between the two. Even the layout of the shop store is the same. But yeah, got some nice stuff in there. And I figured I would try this one for you guys. Apparently it serves 2 in under 6 minutes. I'm not seeing how this would serve 2 really. It's a bit small for me. I mean, I one of these wouldn't do me, that's for sure. I mean, I'm a big boy, but to be fair though. But I'll show you them anyway, and you can make your own kind of decision. But yeah, serves 2 in under 6 minutes, so pretty quick. You do it all in the microwave. It says to just add spring onions, chips, and cheese sauce. I haven't done that because we're just going to try it as it comes. And yeah, I suppose adding that stuff would make it quite nice, I guess. But the kit includes 2 sub rolls, beef brisket in BBQ sauce, crispy onions, and cheddar cheese. So let's have a wee read of the info on here. The full description says it is slow-cooked beef brisket in barbecue sauce with herby bread rolls, grated cheddar cheese, and crispy onions. Sounds nice enough, right? So there's your list of ingredients. I don't know how well you can really read that, but it's there. The whole box is 300 grams worth of food. And let's go through our nutritional information. The pack contains 2 servings, apparently. So we'll go per half pack, so that's for 1 sub roll, I guess, 1 roll put together, which is 422 calories. I've got 2 here, and I'm going to eat them both, so I'll be eating over 800 calories worth of food for my lunch, which is fine. 15.5 grams of fat per one, 7.2 grams of saturates, 51.6 grams of carbs, 10.6 grams of sugar, 1.9 grams fiber, 18.1 grams protein, and 1.54 grams of salt. So yeah, you can see it there in the doofer. It's a lot of oranges and a red for saturated fat, so not particularly good for you. So hopefully that means it'll be delicious though. Right, so a couple of things to note about this then. So you make it in the microwave. You have to put the beef in the microwave first for 3 minutes. You take that out and put the buns in for a minute. While they're cooking, you take the beef out of the packet that it comes in and stir it around in a bowl just to break it apart. And then when the rolls are done, you take them out, you spread the beef on, and then you spread the cheese on, and then you spread the onions on, and then you put it back in the microwave for another minute or so. And that's how you cook it. It's a bit of a faff. Involves opening 4 different packets of things, but if it's nice, then it'll be worth it. So yeah, but all in all, it takes about 6 minutes maybe, including the time in between. So yeah, pretty quick lunch, which is not bad. That's kind of what I'm looking for these days. So there's your serving suggestion on an American style plate with an American style diner napkin on the plate there. And here's what it looks like in reality. Shaboya. I mean, it looks okay. Obviously, I could fold the rolls over, and that gives you a bit more of a full picture. So there you go. The only thing I've sort of noticed is that this roll is a lot more herby than this one. Like, look how many herbs are on that roll compared to how many herbs are on this roll. So that one got all the herbs. But as you can see, you know, you can sort of make out the beef under there. It's kind of brown in a brown sauce. It's supposed to be a barbecue sauce, of course. You can see there's cheese under there, and then there's the crispy onions. I mean, they're pretty generous with the toppings. I have to say, there's plenty of crispy onions there, and there was plenty of cheese. So they're not skimping on the amount that's in it. But you can see why I maybe would say that, you know, one is maybe not enough, because that's a whole one, that size of thing. For me, that's not enough. I'd need something twice the size of that. But I am a greedy fat bastard. Okay. Well, I guess it's time to try this. I'll try the one that's not quite as herby. It does, the main thing I'm smelling off of this right now is the herbs from the roll. It kind of smells like the, what do you call it, Italian herb and cheese bread that you get from Subway. It's got that kind of Italian herby smell, which is nice. That's the bread I always get when I go in there, so definitely not complaining at that. All right, well, let's try it then. So this is the Philly Cheese Meal Kit Street Eats from Aldi. Let's give it the old taste test. I suppose another test is, can I get it into my mouth without it going everywhere? It actually isn't too bad once it's on the roll. Okay. Dripping beef and onions everywhere. Just making sure to eat this over my plate. I don't want barbecue sauce all over my carpet. Not again. Okay. I think I can render a few verdicts on it. Let me just try this side of beef here. Okay. Let's start from the outside in. The roll. I'm not tasting a whole lot of the herbs. Granted, this roll doesn't seem to have a lot of the herbs on it. But it should, right? But it just doesn't. So I'm not really tasting much of the herbs. The roll, as is typical for a microwaved piece of bread, is quite chewy. It's not fluffy in any way. It's not even got like a nice toastiness to it. It's really quite chewy. So the bun is very disappointing, I have to say. The crispy onions aren't very crispy. I mean, they were frozen in the box along with the Philly meal kit, right? I guess the reason they make you microwave them with the rest of it is to make sure they're not cold, to defrost them. But I think if you microwave the crispy onions, they kind of lose their crispiness. So while they're certainly the crispiest thing on the sandwich, they're not very crispy. In fact, they have gone a little bit dry, slightly chewy. Got that sort of initial crispiness on the outside, and then they kind of go chewy. Which, once it's mixed all up in the roll, you don't really feel it much. It doesn't really affect it much, but it just means that there's no good crispiness to it. And they kind of lose their flavour as well. Good crispy onions have a really nice oniony flavour. These don't. The cheese is cheese. I wouldn't complain too hard about the cheese. It's not particularly flavourful. You could be mistaken for not realising it's even in there. But it's cheese. It helps to bind it all together, I'll give it that. It's more there for the structure than the actual flavour that it adds, because it doesn't really add much in the way of flavour. Or texture. On a proper Philly cheesesteak, you get mozzarella and whatever, and it makes it nice and gooey. And that's what you want. Then we come down to the beef. The beef, texture-wise, is fine. It's cooked. It's not got any, really so far, I'm not finding like fatty bits or anything. So it's, you know, it's decent bits of beef. There's enough of it. But it doesn't taste too much. The sauce is certainly barbecue flavoured. Quite a generic barbecue flavour, nothing unique or special about it. but also quite bland. Quite a bland barbecue sauce. There's no spice to it, no kick. Yeah, it just doesn't taste of a lot. Certainly you can tell that it's barbecue and it does taste like barbecue, but it's just very, very toned down, very plain. So yeah. So yeah, okay. I would say, in general, a meal, a sandwich especially, is a product of the sum of its parts. And every part of this sandwich is subpar, below average, and underwhelming. And that makes the sandwich basically rubbish. Quite underwhelming. None of the textures, the beef texture is okay. Kind of spitting everywhere now. The beef texture is okay. But apart from that, none of the other textures are right. The crispy onions don't quite have the crunchiness that they're supposed to have. The roll is a bit soft and, it's a bit, it's chewy. It's chewy. That's what it is. It's chewy. You get a chewy roll. The cheese might as well not be there apart from to hold it together. Doesn't add any flavour. Again, just throughout, flavour-wise, not really a lot of flavour to it at all. It's all a bit tame, to be honest. So, yeah, pretty boring. Pretty boring. And I would not have that again. Yeah. So, one to avoid, I think. The meatball sub one, maybe we'll try it, but I don't know. I just get the feeling that one will be really bad as well. So, yeah, disappointment. But I'll eat it, I'll finish it. It's not disgusting. It tastes fine. Like, it's not offensive or anything. It's just, it's offensive to my it's offensive to me as a foodie. I just feel like it doesn't have any right to exist. It's just pointless. It doesn't do anything special. In fact, it does a lot of things wrong. Yeah, chuck it in the bin. Well, that'll do it for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the wee bell to get notifications anytime a new video comes out. And I am also on Blue Sky. I do stuff on there which is maybe a little bit different from on here. Just like talk about my dinners and other things when I'm eating out and things like that. So go and check that out. And yeah, I hope you guys all come back. We're into 2025 now, and it's all kicking off, I guess. I'm filming this video in advance. I can only assume that now we're at war with Russia and the banks have collapsed because the people can't afford to pay their mortgages because inflation has gone crazy. And it's only January. Oh, what is it like? The world. What a place. If any of that actually does end up coming true, or has come true by the time this video goes out, I'm going to be a bit worried about myself and my abilities. Maybe I'm psychic, who knows? I doubt it. I'm sure things will just plod along as usual. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you have yourselves a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Laters.